Okay, what up? And welcome to Sonic Roadkill, Sonic in the Morning, live. We are broadcasting live. I am Bobby.
I'm Nick.
Go away. Okay. The hotline is open. You can call in if you have requests or what have you.
Love line.
Oh. that was from the Valentine's Day special. Yeah, I just fixed record cam is not playing. And we are live here in First Hill, Washington. We are listening to records on vinyl right now. I am playing Portugal the Man. This is Feel It Still. We're going to talk about some stuff, including the movie Black Panter. Yeah, we enjoyed it, yes?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people enjoyed it. It seems to be doing well. We're going to talk about Szechuan Sauce.
That's my original drive for when I went to Macdonalds, obviously, to get Szechuan Sauce the first time, which I did.
So that first time when they released the Szechuan Sauce, when they released 20 packets to selected stores,
our store got 38.
You were one of the people. You were there, and you actually did get to taste the Szechuan sauce.
Yeah,
in the parking lot.
I wasn't one of the original 38.
Sure.
There were like sauce scalpers, I'm gonna call them. And you could only order one, but people were like taking chicken and dip it for $20.
And it was worth it. You got to.
My friend bought it for $20 and I had like a quarter, and I paid new $5, and that's what happened.
So you got a portion of a portion of a portion of the Szechuan sauce, but you did.
Yes.
You are one of the people in this world who can say they can taste it. Starting tomorrow, more people can say they can taste it because McDonald's is releasing more Szechuan sauce. They are saying that they're releasing something like 3 million packets.
You said 30 million.
Oh, 30 million packets, whatever it was, whatever I said at the time I was reading the article, across the country, and it will be available until they run out. I still suspect that might not be enough. I was going to grab... oh, wait. This is why... Or there we
right
go.
There.
Yeah. Rick and Morty. I feel like there are still... not even just Rick and Morty fans, but first of all, there are more fans than that. But in addition to that, just because it's become a meme, I think...
there are more than 30 million Rick and Morty fans? There are only like 30 million people.
Okay, you're talking about individual packets. So does each fan want one packet? Does...
you're right.
Yeah, and then again, I wasn't done.
Sorry.
In addition to the Rick and Morty fans, there are all the people who... it's just become a meme, and it's a thing now. Szechuan sauce. So they're just sort of, they may not have even ever seen the show, but they're curious because people have gotten them curious about it.
Yeah.
There are also holdover Mulan fans.
Oh, yeah.
And probably people who just liked the sauce at the time who are excited that it's back.
Yeah.
That being said, I suspect this will still, one way or another, turn out to be a PR disaster for McDonald's, but...
every... thing related to McDonald's is a PR.
I don't want to say I'm hoping for it, but...
it's McDonald's.
Yeah, this is agenda suicide.
I've become a traitor to my family because none of them have ever...
oh, is this what you're going to talk about?
No.
Oh.
I wasn't talking about how I prefer Pepsi to Cola.
Do you want some?
Yes,
to
please.
Coke?
To
Cola,
Coke.
is it? Yes.
I won't call it by its they're both technically Cola.
Right.
I don't care either way, really. Pepsi's sweeter, though. So
yes, that is true.
Yeah.
I'm drinking coffee.
This has no caffeine.
Caffeine-free Pepsi. You don't have a preference one or another. Go ahead. Yeah.
I was talking about how I've eaten at McDonald's now, other than the French fries, which nobody on your side of the family has ever done.
Wait, no has ever done.
Really?
Yeah, no. People have McDonald's, you just don't like it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I swore Grandpa said that nobody, I was the only one who would ever eat at McDonald's.
I've eaten at McDonald's with him. He doesn't like it. He gets the fillet of fish, but he loves the fillet of fish, and he doesn't like it. Yeah, no.
Okay. Well, either way, I thought that it was actually pretty good. And I prefer Pepsi.
Wait, McDonald's
is good. I prefer Pepsi. I'm going to be evicted from this family.
No.
I'm kidding. No, I've never eaten McDonald's burgers or anything. I had one chicken tender, I suppose.
Nugget.
Yeah.
You're not that big a McDonald's fan.
No,
I
don't like McDonald's because it's a really big corporation.
Right. Yeah.
I've heard that their burgers are not particularly good.
I would say even compared to Burger King, their burgers are not very good, but they're the most eaten burger in the world, I suppose. No, we're not particularly fast food eaters in this family, and in particular McDonald's, I would say. Taco Bell now has French fries. I'm kind of curious about that. I think that could be interesting.
Isn't there like a meme where a lady went to Taco Bell and asked for French fries?
No, this is a long-standing thing. They've never had French fries because they don't sell burgers, and they tend to go together. Their French fries do come with nacho cheese because it's Taco Bell, and they are seasoned like generic seasoning.
One time, me and my friend called McDonald's and asked for the Taco Bell menu, and it was like a 15-year-old on the other end. We were in like 6th grade at the time, and he was like, if you ever call McDonald's again, I'm gonna call the police.
Oh, I remember that.
And I freaked the fuck out.
Yeah, probably he took his job more seriously than is necessary. Yeah, that's funny.
He's like, I'm gonna get your location right now, and you're going to be arrested.
Yeah.
And we were both just like, oh my god.
So we are listening to The Faint. That was Agenda Suicide, and I'm going to play something else. We are talking about right now, we were just talking about Taco Bell French fries. We were talking about fast food. We were talking about soft drinks, and we were talking about movies.
Mm-hmm. Best movie.
Yeah, no, Black Panther was really, really good.
Best Marvel movie.
Yes, definitely.
Better than Guardians of the Galaxy.
I would have to think on that. This is Boom Boom by and then all right. So some of the things, Black Panther. All right, Lupita Nyong'o, who plays Nakia in the film, took 600 kids to go see it. She bought out theaters, and it took 600 kids to go see it. Oh, I have the graphic for this, and you're slurping. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I got a haircut, by the way.
Yes, haircut. We talked about your haircut.
Yes.
Yeah, it's shorter, and a little bit shorter in the back. Yes, looks good. So Atlanta Airport was having flights to Wakanda. It was obviously a joke, but yeah. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
And then these kids actually pulled the tall man in they didn't get in, but they
obviously not.
Yeah, it was just a joke, but I thought that was pretty funny. Go ahead.
When I was taking a tour of a certain high school,
yes.
there was this really tall kid, And then we made a joke that he was just 2 6th graders in an overcoat because he was wearing it. And he looked like really suspicious.
Okay, you were talking about this. People, there was unfortunately some misinformation campaigns around Black Panther. Some people were saying that they were incorrectly saying that white people were getting assaulted at the theater.
Yeah.
Some other people were saying that you could take food stamp cards, that theaters were taking food stamp cards. And then this is true. One theater accidentally played 50 Shades Freed for an audience that had paid, for a sold-out crowd that had paid to see Black Panther.
Wait, what did they play?
50 Shades Freed.
I don't know what that is.
You know the 50 Shades Darker movies? It's the third one in that trilogy.
There's a
third one, and it's out, and it's basically just 2 white people making out for 90 minutes, and so not what most of those people had come to see, and so it's kind of funny. People weren't like mad; they were just like laughing. They're like, "Oh my god, what is this?" And like, so it's because there's a video of that. That's kind of funny. We talked about this.
Those PS3 motherfuckers.
Oh yes, Szechuan sauce. We talked about the Szechuan sauce.
Right, go back. I want to see the ingredients.
Oh, go for it.
Water, sugar, silver,
you can read it out loud.
Soybean, salt, corn vinegar. This is why I don't read things out loud. Contains 2% or less of wine, cider vinegar, ginger, soybean oil, sesame seed oil. I don't know what that says. Spice, yeast extract, garlic, wheat starch.
Oh, xanthan spice. So spice yeast extract.
Natural flavor, citric acid, safflower oil, dextrose, potassium sorbate, and sodium benzoate preservatives.
All right, this is Pink Lemonade by Watsky.
Yes.
Yes. All right, Szechuan sauce. And so this picture was released by Macdonalds, and then if you see in the corner, it says 75% of all the Szechuan sauce in the universe is in this picture. That was true at the time. They now have a podcast called The Sauce. There are 3 episodes where they talk about this phenomenon. They actually talk about their own failure. They talk about the riots. They talk about,
That's cool.
I'll give them credit. I'll give their marketing department credit for that. That's pretty clever. That they turned a negative into a positive. Speaking of turning a negative into a positive, our channel has now officially been demonetized. This is our first post-demonetized episode. I don't think we ever. We were never really doing this for the money. But that's fine. It annoys me that Logan Paul will continue to make millions, and he's the reason that, like, people who make the content that, I don't know, whatever you do.
Logan Paul, isn't he the one who got...
Yeah, he's the suicide forest.
Well, no, I think his channel got, like...
His channel got it didn't even get a strike. It got temporarily demonetized for 2 weeks. That's it. It wasn't taken down. It got temporarily demonetized for 2 weeks. That's it. We have a garden show video that's coming up soon. I haven't put that up yet, but I'm going to put that up. We went to the garden show. That was pretty fun. I think I have some kind of visual to go with that. Is it real? Is it real? Woohoo! Yeah, nothing says 1,000 subscribers like garden show. The highlight for me was the IMO robot. You know, where are we both obsessed with the Roomba, or am I just obsessed with the Roomba?
You're a bit more obsessed with the Roomba than I am.
Yes. Yeah. While you're drinking should we talk about the soft drink tax?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of annoying.
You think it's annoying? Yes.
Yeah. Like, I try and get a Pepsi, and it's like
$37 million.
Yeah, I know, right? So I'm like, I'm paying $250, and it said $150. but now I'm paying $2.50.
Right. Oh, that's always annoying where the price and I mean, tax is always tax, but it should be consistent. Like it's 10%, so I can always factor that in. But when different things have different levels of tax, like I mean, liquor often has its own tax rate. Then it makes it harder to know what you're buying. What do you think about the fact that it's not good for you, and maybe if you're going to do it, you should pay a little bit more, or it's not good for you, and they should prevent you from doing it, and do what they can to prevent you from doing it, or make it
I
harder.
think it's people's own decision.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
right. So that yes. So that's your take on the nanny state. They shouldn't make They should make laws that keep us from hurting each other, from basic, that allow society to function. But as far as individual personal choices that don't affect other people,
yeah.
that should be people's rights.
Yeah.
But what about that should be people's rights? Sure, but they should pay a little bit more for it. I am 100% in favor of all cigarette taxes. I think tax them up to $25. Is sugar that different? Does sugar kill less people than cigarettes? I don't even know.
I don't know. It's just different. I don't know why it's different. It just is.
Okay. No.
Because I don't smoke, so I don't give a fuck. Basically.
Sure. No. Fair enough. 6 teenagers in Kansas are running for governor because they're 16 and 17 years old because there is no minimum age to run for governor. The legislature in Kansas is now talking about changing that law, but currently...
Wait. 6 altogether?
No, separate. They're running against each other. There are also grown-ups in the race, but currently in the primary race there are 6 teenagers. Good for them. More power to them. Yeah. And then we talked about this. They're now actually we're talking about the wall. They're building a wall in Congress to separate the conservative.
I thought that was a joke.
No, and liberal. They're talking. They may have to because they're actually arguing and fighting.
How is anybody supposed to make any decisions?
Right. Yeah, but these are the people we've elected to represent us to work those things out, and now they can't communicate. Everett, Washington was declared to have, at least by one metric, the worst traffic in the world. I think Seattle came in 9th for the U.S., 26th worldwide. Tacoma came in 19th for the U.S., 83rd worldwide. Spokane, 109th for the U.S., 662nd worldwide. I just think that's and based on the amount of actual time you sit in your car. And then the other thing, back to the soft drinks. I think now upon trying them again, I actually like Pepsi more too. Coca-Cola has come out with that's not right. There's no sound. There's also no video. It's just stuck. Okay, so Coke has released an ad, and it's the first ad that specifically targets non-gender consumers. They say in this ad, if there was sound, there's a Coke for him, there's a Coke for her, there's a different Coke for them.
Oh, nice.
So, that might be a
especially
reason
one for him.
No feet have wandered where you walked. No eyes saw what you've seen.
Are those vans?
No one's lived.
Maybe. Yeah. Coca-Cola. Oh, he's definitely being sized, but you're drinking Pepsi. And I'm drinking coffee. So, brought to you by...
Also, I'm a hipster.
Yes. Google and Facebook have both been found in violation of, do we talk about the city of Seattle's campaign ad policy because they don't declare who... This is literally attached to the whole Russians buying ad space and basically rigging our election, and they still won't. I guess they're just going to pay the fines because they're not going to release that information. Who paid for those ads? It's kind of not that it's secret, but it's not that they're keeping it secret, but they don't want. What they're keeping secret is they don't want to reveal that they're compromised.
Are you really gonna?
I am.
Oh, okay. I thought we were done with that phase.
It's the winter theme song.
I've heard of French champagne where the waiter pours
In any event, Google and Facebook will be paying $5,000 per offense, which could add up to like hundreds of $1,000s. The City of Seattle will be paying off the fine for not meeting the McCleary decision, which is where their schools were underfunded. They're still underfunded. They never met the contractual.
My school's in actual debt.
No, I know. They never met their contractual obligations. They just agreed to pay the fine. So now they're gonna have to come up with like millions of dollars just for the fine, let alone to actually start fixing the schools. Oh, and then that also PepsiCo. So Pepsi has and Yum Corp. Oh no, wait, they're separated from Yum Corporation, but they are attached to they're attached to Doritos. They're going to be releasing low residue chips that make less noise because they did a study that said female consumers don't like chips that leave residue on your fingers, and they don't like chips that they feel self-conscious about chewing chips in public, which I know I do. Like I'm by myself, I'm like, bag of chips. But when I'm like at a party, you're like, oh, have some chips. I'm like, oh my god! Like, it gets super self-conscious. So I don't know if that's only a female issue, but I think that's interesting that they're like, you're like, what kind of technology can they bring to chips? But there's always something, like there's research and development. Someone works on that. Someone works in the Doritos lab coming up with, that's a job. That's an Indiana man. It's always Florida man. We're going to talk about this. An Indiana man is suing for his constitutional right to give a cop the finger. I guess he was being fined, but he was going to be released, and then he gave the cop the finger, and the cop was like, "That's it, you're going to jail." First Amendment, freedom of speech. Fourth Amendment, unreasonable search and seizure. So I think he's going to win, but I think that's interesting. Well,
that's a judge.
We talked about that judge who was like, the guy was like, "Your mom," and the judge was like, 10 years, and it's like, and then it was later reversed because you can't do that. Yeah. You can't, even if they talk about your mom, you can't do that.
Same. I am both the person that said your mom and the judge.
Right on. And then I think this is our last topic. Yes, go for it. You want to show it first? Hold it up.
Oh.
Yes, it is Girl Scout season. We've got our Girl Scouts.
Have you opened this box?
You can open it. It's fine.
Okay. I thought we already had an open box.
We are listening to Uncle Bonsai with Susie. Before that was George Leroy Poole. Go for it. You want to show the cookies? I want to show the album cover off of the KEZX album. We haven't seen them outside the stores yet, but they will. It is Girl Scout cookie season.
I went down to QFC to see if they were there yet, but they weren't. Can you open this, please?
Sure. This isn't really a review. We've
had them before. I just like them.
We just like them. Cookies for breakfast and soda because I'm a good dad. We do. We like Girl Scout cookies.
No, you're going to have two.
How many do you have?
I have one.
Oh, okay. Okay, you can have one more. Okay. Now I'm not going to have two because I'm going to change the record and I want to talk.
No, I'm going to have yours.
No. Put it down, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
That was the angriest note.
Yeah, no, I was serious there. What I'm not so serious about is a girl in California sold 300 boxes of Girl Scout cookies outside of a legal pot shop in 4 hours.
That reminds me of this episode of Friends, where
your biggest obsession in the world. It's okay. No, I'm not. It's fine.
Where Ross breaks this little girl's leg.
Wait, Friends? You mean that Friends? Not necessarily that episode. That Friends? Go on. With Ross?
You're making me seem like a bad person for liking the show where they're just sitting around and one of us is drinking.
It's a great show. People know what Friends is. They know it's slightly more than that. A few episodes are not about that.
Anyway.
I'm sorry. Ross
breaks this little girl's leg.
Oh, yes.
So he has to go around being a brownie bird or whatever the hell they're called. So she wants to go to space camp. And he sells like 700 boxes, right? But he still loses.
Yeah.
Because one little girl gave them to her sister and sold them to the Navy and sold 2,000 boxes.
Yeah.
But that's obviously fake because it's in the show. Anyway, in the end, they end up building the girl her own space camp.
Celebrity actress Jennifer Garner was seen selling cookies with her kids, where I think people were torn between like, oh, that's awesome, mom, and like, that's not fair. Like, you don't get celebrity endorsements at your Girl Scout cookie thing. So
I remember at my old school there was a Girl Scout there.
Right.
And it's around this time when, like, if you tried to sit down next to her or be within a tent.
What's the cookies? Do you need some cookies?
Yeah, basically. And she always had her list on her. Yeah. She's always wearing her uniform like every day for like a solid month. Yeah. And she's just like, I'm gonna put you down for 4 boxes. Right. I'm like, I don't have that money.
I appreciate that at my job it's very low pressure. It's just the sign-up sheet is there in the like common area, and you can choose to buy cookies or not. No one's standing there pressuring you.
Yeah. But, well, I'm like, hey, can we work on a math homework together? She's like, only if you buy 12 boxes of Girl Scout cookies. And I'm like, God damn it.
And then my understanding, and I think this came from what you were saying, talking to her, and then other people I've known who have been involved in scouting. Like, during that time of year, your house is just filled with cookies. Like, until you get rid of those cookies, they're in your kitchen, in your garage, in your bath. Like, your house is filled with cookies. Yeah. So we are, of course, listening to the Pixies with Where's My Mind. So back to Girl Scout cookies and pot shops. This wasn't the first time. The National Girl Scout Cookie says they leave it up to local places in Colorado where pot shops are also legal. The rule is no pot shops, no bars, nothing like that. But in California, that local area was like, we admire our Girl Scouts' ingenuity. So, it's up to the local.
She's like, I know y'all have the money.
I feel like that might be our episode. No. I don't think we're going to delve into it, but March 24th, there is a protest for gun violence, right? And then maybe next week we'll talk a little bit more about the violence that's occurred, and then particularly what I'm noticing, the responses to the NRA, and you're seeing things like the victims' families being criminalized. People are making up conspiracy theories, saying this one kid, he's an actor, but then you also see people standing up to the NRA. You're seeing companies divesting. Like, there's a company that issues the NRA. Well, NRA is what they are. The non-government organization that promotes gun rights. They also, if you remember, you get all these discounts at different things, but a lot of these companies are now saying, they're noticing there are 300 million people in America. There are 5 million NRA members, and the 300 million are looking and noticing and saying, when this happens over and over and over, who's in favor of the laws that allows this to happen? Who's in favor of making sure that those assault rifles are still legal? Who fights tooth and nail, sort of sensible, what I consider sensible. And I believe in the Second Amendment. I believe in a person's right to bear arms. I think people should actually... You're 100%. You think there should be no guns. My whole take
I don't even think cops should have guns.
Okay, that's my whole take. I think, and I understand, especially a lot of the. Well, it gets complicated. We said we weren't going to talk about it. Here we are. A lot of them, gun rights people, don't trust their own government, and they feel they don't want their guns taken away because they feel then the militias they feel that the government could. Overtake them. Some of them, especially in the South, have that history of that North-South, like that. That's part of it. But that's another thing. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm not worried about the government coming in. But I agree. I think all or nothing. I think if civilians shouldn't, I think civilians shouldn't carry guns. I think cops shouldn't carry guns. I don't think anyone should carry guns except the military who have been called in. So when the National Guard is called in either by the president or by an act of Congress, they would be the only people on American civilian territory who would have guns. Other than that, by an act of Congress, I agree with that. And countries where that is the case have proven that,
that works.
That works. That being said, that's never going to happen. So I am.
You don't know that.
Oh no, you're right. I am as negative and as like stuck. This is the way it's always been, so I guess that's the way it is. And this is exactly my point. That the next generation is like F that, and I think that's great. Go ahead and open this. No, we don't know that, but I personally am not necessarily in favor of taking all the guns away so much as sensible gun legislation. You can open that too. That's what I'm going to close out with.
Oh, nice.
Yes, it's from the camping trip, which we didn't go to because it was the closest, I think, was Spokane. This was when Ryan Lewis and Macklemore did a tour of Washington areas, including like camping out overnight. And so those mugs are from that. I was going to close out with...
Nice. That just reminds me of farm camp.
Right on. And then randomly, I'm not, because I can't find the map anymore, so I'm going to close out with Ramones. This is not YouTube's version of Beat on the Brat.
Oh, God.
I am going to do Eddie Vedder with Zeke's version of I Believe in Miracles. Whoa. Let's go. Okay. But yeah, kids are fighting back. Kids are standing up.
Yeah.
Kids are not going to take it anymore, and I'm 100%.
Yeah. I keep seeing people on Tumblr, millennials, talking about how, like, people are, like, millennials are beginning to now complain about themselves.
Oh.
Which, it's kind of sad to watch, because they're like, wow, look at all those Gen Zers going out there and doing, and, like, they're fighting against the NRA and all that stuff, and we're just sitting here making more messes for them to clean up. And I'm like, on one hand, yes, but on the other hand, every generation kind of does that.
Right, no, right.
And millennials have actually done a lot.
Sure. Yes, no, that's true.
Like, so, yeah, and I'm like, but they're like, when we were kids, we didn't blah, 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 blah. I'm like, every kid's different.
Yeah,
we were still kids.
Yeah, I mean, but no, I think there is a spirit of social activism, in some cases because they were raised with it, in some cases just because of who you guys are, that I am excited about. That you didn't really see. I saw a little bit in my generation. There was a lot in my dad's generation, but they didn't sort of sustain it, or not all of them sustained it. But yeah, no, I'm... Yeah, so March 24...
Tumblr's obsessed with generations, though, and the internet and all that stuff, and I'm like, it doesn't matter that much. Don't let, like, what year you were born define you as...
Don't let what year you were born.
Why are you making rolling your eyes?
I'm agreeing with you. Don't let what year you were born.
Okay, don't let what year you were born, like, decide what you want to change.
No, definitely. No, definitely. And don't let really, and actually, that's really, I feel, is a lesson from from each generation to the ones that came before. Don't let anything define it. Don't let where you were born. Don't let the color of your skin. Don't let your body shape. Don't let anything define your experience. You get to do that. Every individual gets to do that as much as they choose to take that right.
Yeah.
Yes? Okay, definitely leaving on that note. Thank you for watching. We'll be back next Sunday. More how-tos, reviews, and other stuff on this channel. Garden show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, definitely.